All right, I think we're live. Push one in the chat if you can hear me. All right, man. Got a confirmation from the chat. Thank you for the confirmation. Welcome back to the Black Brain Trust. This is episode 100 of Open Chat. Please hit the like button as you come in. Share the video if possible. Hit that notification bell so you get all the updates from the Black Brain Trust. There will be a link in the chat if you want to join some discussion. Let me grab that link for you really quickly. You'll be able to engage. Pin it to the top. All right. Do some house cleaning really quickly. All right, let me know you can see my screen. All right, let me play this clip and let me play the rest of these clips so that we have some proper grounding as to where the what the source is and what's driving, what's the catalyst behind what we're trying to do tonight, or at least what I'm trying to do tonight.
Card and go someplace else. Say, I'm not part of the Black Manosphere. Because you guys criticize the Black Manosphere more than the women do. What's that about? The women don't talk about the Black Manosphere as much as you guys do. Complain. Why don't you guys should just rebrand yourself and get a whole bunch of women as subs. You probably would do much better. And then you complain about the Black Manosphere, and people will actually understand. Okay, well, they're not Black Manosphere. Of course they're going to complain. The purple pill people don't complain as much as you guys. And you guys are supposed to be one of us. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. I got 70 people watching on the test. All right. I guess so much for small channels, huh? So much for low-key small channels. And I didn't even promote this. Okay, so basically I could have promoted it on my other two bigger channels, but I didn't even promote it. They're still trying to claim. Well, if they're Black Manosphere, how come they don't act like it? They don't act like Black Manosphere. What did MOT say? He says that the
Exhibit 2 or Exhibit B. Sorry. Let's go to this one.
So I guess they.
Oh, okay. He's a gynocrat, so.
Yeah.
Well, it fits MOT in that crowd, so
Yeah, it does. Yeah, yeah. Why are they manosphere? I don't get it. Okay, you guys talk. You guys, all you guys do is talk about a manosphere. You guys are worse than the women.
yeah, pretty much.
Mm.
Because I don't go over, I don't be over on Rollins every day trying to figure out what he says, but every now and then, you know,
Why bother?
Yeah, yeah. Well, he's a good punchline, and he has been for a while. Yeah,
Mm.
they don't mind.
but on Black Rank Trust, so
Well, what about Rolly? Rolly's just an opportunist, man. Why did they? Why people get upset about Rolly? And you talk about Roland Martin. Why they like him in the first place?
yeah, well, I guess he agrees with the talking points, I guess, because I've seen him played on Black Rank Trust, so I guess
He's
they
oh okay. He's a gynocrat,
Mm.
so
Yeah.
well it fits MOT in that crowd, so
yeah, it does. Yeah, yeah. Why are they manosphere? I don't get it. Okay, you guys talk. You guys, all you guys do is talk about a manosphere. You guys are worse than the women.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Let's go to Exhibit C.
Well, I wasn't really getting on MOT. I was getting on Mike because
Mm-hmm.
Mike made a video the other day talking about yeah, Mike V. I'm not gonna mince words.
Okay. Okay.
But he made a video the other day talking about how how the Congress the senator kind of got testy this week
Yeah.
in that Senate hearing.
Yeah.
Well, he was trying to compare that to the the black conservatives in the manosphere. I was like, wait a minute. How the hell are you going to do that when you have MOT on your panel who's threatened people on multiple occasions?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, not just them. You know, you had basically you had what's his name do the same thing. Complex Design did it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Rael's
Okay.
done it. You know, it's not the first time. Yeah.
Oh,
And Rael got Complex Design kept talking shit. Said nigga, I said. I said, dude, I said, I'm 6'1". I weigh 250 pounds, 55 pounds, right? I'm in LA. Even though I'm 60 years old, I'm in LA too. What you want to do? And he shut up.
Hey,
yeah,
Mike,
well,
Mike,
I mean,
hey, Mike.
we in LA. Basically, we're a freeway away, so it's like 20 minutes, not even 20 minutes. Okay, we can meet up. If you come one way, I come the other. We can meet up. We can meet up in Westwood. Okay, 15 minutes.
Uh-oh.
oh boy.
Don't do it.
What you want to do? Well, then
Don't
don't
test them. Walk away. Walk away. Don't mess with the master teacher. Walk away.
then don't bark at me. Okay, just, because
Yeah.
you lost a verbal fight.
Wait, Mike.
Shut the fuck up. Well, we PCS. I'm gonna come see you. Say, nigga, we do red dots
Wait,
here.
Mike.
You know?
That's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
You show up at my house and I put a hole in your forehead. LAPD gonna say, why'd you shoot him? I said, this motherfucker came halfway across the country to come at me. What you want me to do?
Yeah.
They're gonna pick your body up, take you down to the morgue. And I said, word.
Hey.
Now, you just heard AB Media say that the senator, I forget his name right now, the Republican senator, was acting like the Black Manosphere. You just heard BGS say that he would meet up with Complex Design, 6'1", 250 pounds, red dot on his head, and have somebody pick him up later. Do people not understand or listen to what is being said here? You've never heard the Black Brain Trust even attack these guys? We have never slandered these guys. We have not spread any misinformation about these guys. All of this is coming from them. All this aggression is coming from them. I just played 3 clips on three different occasions in the last 7 days, coming from these guys. Okay? And he says, why don't we be more like them, the manosphere? But what does that even mean? What are we talking about here? What does it mean what does it mean to be Black Manosphere? What does that mean? To sit on panel? Oh, let me finish.
Sure.
To sit on panels heckling women, to sit on panels spreading misinformation about, random topics? That's what you call content? That's what you call manosphere? Really? This is what we doing now? Do people not see the cognitive dissonance that goes on in these panels? No, day in, day out, night in, night out, 3-4 hour panels. Nobody hears the contradictions in everything that they're saying. It's not like, oh, they said it at hour 1 and then at hour 4, they said something different. No, they said it all within a few seconds. So Mike V was right. The Republican senator who wanted to take on the Teamster boss was acting like the Black Manosphere. You just heard BGS, everything come out of his mouth. So what are we talking about here? All this contradiction going on and nobody's calling it out. But if we respond to it, oh, you guys are attacking the Black Manosphere. We haven't said anything about the Black Manosphere. Point out where we said anything about the Black Manosphere. Point out where we said anything about them. All of this aggression is coming from them, but they're projecting it as if, oh, the Black Brain Trust, I don't even know why they're here. You even had BGS say on Black Men Being Brutally Honest that the Black Brain Trust needs to step their content up. But our content has been the same since 2017. So what needs to be stepped up? I mean, we need to provide more facts because we've been doing that. That hasn't changed, right? So what's the problem here? Let's go back. Let's go back.
There's 70 people watching on the test. Okay. Complain. Why don't you guys should just, it will come out if you provoke it. Why don't I created this one? Y'all complain so much when I go after people on the other channels, okay? So this is the channel for that, okay? So you come over here, then you know what you agree at the door, okay? You're gonna hear some shit, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was raised in South Central. I was not raised in Beverly Hills or Baldwin Hills, right? Okay. Straight out of South Central, okay? And it will come out if you provoke it. Why don't the Black Brain Trust and them kind of folks, why don't you just give up your Black Manosphere card and go someplace else? Say, I'm not part of the Black Manosphere. Because you guys criticize the Black Manosphere more than the women do. What's that about?
Where's the criticism? Point out a live stream where we had all of this alleged criticism. Point it out. Now, if you go to the About section about the Black Brain Trust, you see that complex design, gracefully and carefully crafted a doctrine for the Black Brain Trust. Did that years ago. In fact, we had a whole entire stream on it, and he happened to be on it. And I'm going to get to that later.
The women don't talk about the Black Manosphere as much as you guys do. Complain. Why don't you guys should just rebrand yourself and get a whole bunch of women as subs? You probably would do much better. And then you complain about the Black Manosphere, and people will actually understand, okay, well, they're not Black Manosphere. Of course they're going to complain.
Notice that he doesn't have any critique about our content. It's only about what he alleged that we said that he can't even prove. Okay? Point out where we had this alleged criticism of the Black Manosphere. Point it out.
The purple pill people don't complain as much as you guys. And you guys are supposed to be one of us.
What does that even mean? What does it mean to be one of you guys? I was here before you got here. Complex and MOT came here a little bit later. What does it mean to be one of you guys? What does that mean? Because I don't hear any emphasis behind these ideals in bullet points. What does it mean? 1, 2, 3 bullet points. What does that mean?
Make that make sense. Make that make sense. I got 70 people watching on the test. Okay. All right. I guess so much for small channels, huh? So much for low-key small channels. And I didn't even promote this. Okay, so basically I could have promoted it on my other two bigger channels, but I didn't even promote it. They're still trying to claim. Well, if they're Black Manosphere, how come they don't act like it?
What does that mean? Act like what? What does that mean?
They don't act like Black Manosphere. What did MOT say? He says that the women should run the red pill and should run the Black Manosphere.
So first of all, right, he's accusing us that we should, that we complain about the Black Manosphere. And number two, he wants us to rebrand. That's where the source of this problem is. It's the branding. The Black Brain Trust stands for something. The branding of it stands for something. All this animosity towards the Black Brain Trust is about the branding. It's about the cadence, how we conduct ourselves, how structured we are. We don't just have random topics. Despite the fact that this is an open chat, we don't just have random topics. We're always on point with what we're doing. Everything has a justification and reason for what we're doing. Okay? Let's go back to AB Media.
Go ahead.
Well, what about Rolly? Rolly's just an opportunist, man. Why people get upset about Rolly? And you talk about Roland Martin cards.
I've seen House of Cards. I mean, the actress's name. The actress's name. Wright Penn, I think her name.
Yeah.
Robin Wright Penn, is it?
Robin Wright, yeah.
Robin Wright. Oh, she divorced what's his name, Penn?
Yeah, years ago.
Oh, all right. Her. Who else is creepy?
Yeah, but that's Hillary. Do you understand? Claire in House of Cards, that's Hillary.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh boy.
Speaking of House.
First of all, if your political analysis has to come from a situation comedy or some kind of scripted TV show, I'm sorry, but you lose all your credibility with me. That I'm just being upfront about that. There's no way in the world you're going to be on the panel with me and use a TV show as your political compass and political analysis on actual politics that's happening in the real world. No way that's going to fly.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Well, what about Rolly? Rolly's just an opportunist, man. Why people get upset about Rolly? And you talk about Roland Martin. Why they like him in the first place?
Here's the deal. Actually, let me play this. This is important.
Yeah, well, I guess he agrees with the talking points, I guess, because I've seen him played on Black Brain Trust. So
yes, we played Roland Martin on the Black Brain Trust because he took on a Black Manosphere conservative from Project 21. Okay? So somebody from the Black Manosphere had the audacity to jump on Roland's panel. Roland gave this guy, I forget his name right now. He's from Indianapolis, coincidentally speaking. He's from Indianapolis and for Project 21. He went up there, Roland gave him enough time to speak, and this guy couldn't get his joint off. Okay, so Roland ripped this guy to shreds. And the purpose of that stream that we were replaying that broadcast for was to show analysis, to do a critical analysis on what happens when you take Black Manosphere talking points outside the Black Manosphere and you have to engage people and debate people in the real world. That's why we played the stream. We didn't play it because we like Roland Martin. We played it to give a critical analysis on what was being demonstrated from a manosphere conservative to an actual person outside of the Black Manosphere in the real world. And I've said this, and I've been on record many times the last couple of years since 2020. When you take Black Manosphere talking points outside of the Black Manosphere and you have to engage people on a one-on-one, 9 times out of 10, you're going to lose. Because you're regurgitating information that has not been fully vetted. And in fact, a lot of that information is just misinformation. And so what's happening here is that a lot of Black men will listen to this guy and think that they got it all figured out because they don't vet the information that he's putting out. Because he doesn't vet the information he's putting out. Just like he used the House of Cards as an analogy. Well, you don't have to use the House of Cards as an analogy. You don't have to use the TV show as an analogy because you already have critical analysis on the ground. At least you should. You should be able to research this stuff. And you should be able to put that on the screen so that everybody else can see exactly what you're reading from, like we do.
I guess they.
Oh, okay. He's a gynocrat, so.
Yeah.
Well, if it's MOT in that crowd, so.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, yeah.
So here's the deal. We're accused now of being gynocrats, the Black Brain Trust, right? They think Roland Martin is this pushover guy, but we've proved on several occasions that that's not the case, okay? Roland Martin has dropped the link several times, and every manosphere conservative who has jumped on the panel has gotten lit up. And have been given ample amount of time to make their case, sometimes 5 to 10 minutes, and they can't do it. So the idea that Roland Martin is this gynocratic person, and everybody knows that Roland Martin is not a gynocrat. That's a manosphere talking point. That's what happens when you don't actually have the ability to do your own due diligence on people that you're criticizing. You don't really know. And so what you do is you just regurgitate talking points, and then you think that that's substance for a live stream or for a video. But you never hear us ever criticize Roland Martin and call him a gynocrat. Doesn't make any sense. Even the term gynocrat in Roland's posture doesn't make him a gynocrat. It doesn't. It's not consistent with reality. Is what I'm trying to say here. What they're saying doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Why are they Manosphere? I don't get it.
Again, more criticism about the Black Brain Trust and why are we Manosphere?
Guys, all you guys do is talk about the Manosphere. You guys are worse than the women.
Yeah, pretty much. Because I don't go over, I don't be over on Rollins every day trying to figure out what he says, but every now and then,
Why bother?
Yeah. Well, he's a good punchline, and he has been for a while.
Here's the deal for people who don't understand why we criticize AB Media's content and what comes out of his mouth. He lives in Indiana, a Republican-controlled state at the governor's mansion, a Republican-controlled state at the House and Senate, at the House and Senate position. Okay, the only place that's really Democrat, I think it's Indianapolis and maybe South Bend. But other than that, the state of Indiana is a conservative state through and through. All of their policies reflect that. And so the criticism that AB Media has of the Democrats is what I consider to be unjust, because none of the Democrats' policies have anything to do with the state of Indiana. Indiana has been a red state for the last 20 years. So what are they talking about? Or what is he talking about for that matter? See, all of this anti-Democrat stuff is about being anti-Black women. And so he sees Black women, he sees Democratic Party, he goes anti. And that becomes, you know, the litmus test for how manosphere are you? Are you anti-Democratic Party and are you anti-Black women? And I say, no. Why would I be anti-Democratic Party and anti-Black women if I live in a Republican-controlled state? Why would I be that? They're not the source of the problems that goes on in Indiana. You don't have access to quality health care. That's your problem for living in Indiana. That's not the Democrats' problem. That's not Black women's problem. What are you talking about? So all these little TikTok videos he does and, you know, little YouTube shorts and things that he's doing, all of this stuff doesn't make any sense, but it gets shared and gets, you know, promoted as manosphere content. You have the Black Brain Trust, and then you have these guys. Now, let me finish playing this.
Yeah, they don't mind Professor Black Truth talking about him. They talk, and
because Professor of Black Truth, Jason Black, they're not in the manosphere. They're not manosphere. Why would anybody take any criticism of Professor of Black Truth? What's the purpose of that?
And Jason Black talk, they've been talking about him for like the last 10 years. Or longer.
Yeah, apparently, well, I was on TikTok the other day, and apparently Black women started to talk about him.
To who?
Apparently, Black women are starting to talk about him.
Yeah, because the Biden administration is not popular. Okay, and basically, and Roland will pander and cover, and that's not a good look right now.
No. That's not what happened. Okay, what Roland Martin is saying is that, and he's been very clear about this. He's clear about this every night. And I'm not covering for Roland Martin. I'm just making the distinction. When Gary Chambers ran for office in Louisiana, a Black man, millennial, single father, who went to the school board, like this guy said that Black men should be doing a couple years ago, he didn't get any support. Even though he's doing all the things that would be in the best interest of Black people, campaign-wise. He didn't get any support. So this idea that, Democrats are in trouble. No, you guys are in trouble too if you don't actually come out there and participate in the voting process. Okay? That's what Roland Martin is touching on, that you can't complain about not getting something when you don't actively participate with the system. And what the manosphere doctrine is right now is vote against the party that's actually advocating for you and get with the party that actually doesn't care about you at all. That doesn't make any sense. Because all this reparations talk is aimed at the Democratic Party. Meanwhile, these same guys are telling you to go vote for a party that doesn't even advocate for reparations at all, as a way to stick it to the Democrats. Make this shit make sense, man.
Sure ain't.
Yeah.
So
hey, speaking of
go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No,
speaking of pander, speaking of pander, I was over at a Black Ram stream just a while ago.
All right, I don't even want to hear what this guy got to say. Now here's Exhibit C.
Yeah.
Man, we got to get you those canes, man.
How the hell are you going to do that when you have MOT on your panel who's threatening?
And then he said, well, he talked about, I'm not an alpha man, and I ain't got this, I got that. Said, dude, I got 3 kids and 5 grandchildren, right? I have probably more women than I can count. And said, as far as I'm concerned, you never been married, don't have no kids. That means you're a spinster. So you're a male spinster, sir. And he went. he never forgot it, man.
For those of you who want to come up, the links at the top of the chat. But okay. Oh yeah, the male spinsters, as you call them.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh well.
he's got no imagination, but it's okay, man. But that's why I try to keep it over there. So if
Yeah,
it's called the master teacher response. If you guys like drama and that kind of crap,
I had to
that's
get
really
on.
fine.
Now, you just heard him say, if you guys like drama and all of that, I have a channel for that. Now, listen to what AB Media says.
Well, I wasn't really getting on MOT. I was getting on Mike because Mike made a video the other day talking about Mike V. I'm not gonna mince words.
Okay.
But he made a video the other day talking about how how the Congress, the senator kind of got testy this week.
Yeah.
In that Senate hearing.
Yeah.
Well, he was trying to compare that to the the black conservatives in the manosphere. I was like, wait a minute. How the hell are you going to do that when you have MOT on your panel who's threatened people on multiple occasions?
Oh yeah.
Pay attention. Pay close attention to this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Not just them. You had basically you had what's his name do the same thing. Complex Design did it.
I didn't know that.
Rael's done it. It's not the first time. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Rael got Complex Design got talking shit. Said nigga. I said, dude, I'm 6'1", I weigh 55 pounds, right? I'm in LA. Even though I'm 60 years old, I'm in LA too. What you want to do?
So where am I wrong in my assessment of the Republican senator? Where am I wrong? First, he created a whole separate channel for beef, right? That's one. Number two, AB Media has a problem with me stating that the Republican senator who wanted to take on the Teamster boss was like the Black Manosphere. And then you have Exhibit C, where this BGS told Complex Design, allegedly, that he was going to, if you come to LA, I got a red dot for your forehead. Like, all of this happened in one segment. Y'all don't see all the contradictions and hypocrisy that comes out of these guys' mouths? Y'all don't hear this shit? But we're the bad guys, though. We should leave the manosphere. We should rebrand. How logical is it to say something like that?
Hey, shut up. What
Yeah,
you want to do? I mean, we in LA. Basically, we're a freeway away. So it's like 20 minutes, not even 20 minutes. Okay, we can meet up. If you come one way, come the other. We can meet up. We can meet up in Westwood. Okay, 15 minutes.
Oh
boy!
Don't do it.
What you want to do? Well, then
don't test them. Walk away. Walk away. Don't mess with the master teacher. Walk away.
Then don't bark at me. Okay, because you lost a verbal fight.
All of this is coming out of these guys' mouths in one segment. I'm wrong for accusing guys in the manosphere for being like the Republican senator, but these guys go right here and 30 seconds later and go full nutso with the whole catch a flight and meet me outside, right? But we're the bad guys, though, right? Mike V's the bad guy. We're gynocrats and they're not. This is a guy who just talked about the other day being raised by his mother and his grandmother and being guided by them. But yeah, we're the gynocrats, though. Same guys advocating for Pearl and these other women for getting involved in this red pill movement. But we're gynocrats, though. Let me show you something. Okay, let me show you something. I got something for you. This is the Black Brain Trust's page, okay? We just did, our last stream was on space and technology, and we featured a Black male who was a Rhodes Scholar and involved in a lot of community-based work from a technologist standpoint, okay? Every week on the Black Brain Trust, we try to feature at least one Black male who's doing positive things in the community, okay? That's just in the last 7 days. We had a Black Tech Talk over the weekend. Ageism and racism in the tech industry, how it impacts Black men. All types of kudos for the stream. And you had a whole bunch of Black men on the panel sharing their experiences from different generations, millennials, Gen X, boomers. Okay? Everything was copacetic. You didn't hear anybody trying to tear anybody's head off. Okay? We had a micromobility discussion, myself and Complex Design. What are the benefits out of micromobility that could actually benefit Black people in the Black community, and how Black men could actually get involved in this? Okay. We had a geopolitics discussion. Nothing to say about the Black Manosphere. We had a Black economics discussion. Nothing to say about the Black Manosphere. In fact, we featured Black men in the discussion. Okay. Complex Design had a sapiosexual stream. Nothing to say about the Black Manosphere. We also had space and technology stream, AI, robotics, and HBCUs. Black men go to HBCUs. Black men benefit from any sort of federal and state resources that go to HBCUs. So thus, by proxy, Black men benefit. Okay. Complex Design had another sapiosexual stream that did not discuss anything about the Black Manosphere. Okay. We had another stream, space and technology, AI, blockchain, and smart cities. How do Black men get involved in smart cities, blockchain, AI? We talked about that. What criticism of the Manosphere did we have in that? Black Tech Talk, skills versus degrees, monthly check-in. Do Black men need to go to college, or can they certify and get into the industry? No criticism of the Manosphere in that. What are you talking about? And featured a whole panel of Black men. Black Economic Quarterly Update. We featured Black men in that. Okay. Black Fatherhood Talk. Complex Design and Johnny Blaze have been running this the last couple years now. In fact, at least 3+ years now. Now you got people jacking our swag, trying to run their own streams on Black fatherhood, acting as if no one in the space has ever talked about this. Oh, really? Check the catalog. Black Cannabis Talk. Social equity. A whole entire public policy that was designed around the best interests of Black men. We've been covering this the last 3, 4, 5 years now. Always feature Black men in it. Okay. Micromobility Talk. We talked about a whole ride-sharing platform that was created by a Black man who talked about trials and tribulations about being funded. No criticism of the Manosphere in that. What are you talking about? Okay. Black healthcare Talk. Black men and prostate cancer. No criticism of the Manosphere in that. In fact, it featured Black men. Black cultural intelligence. Okay. No criticism of the Manosphere in that. Just talking about the history of robots of the old world. What are you talking about? Black politics. No criticism of the Manosphere in that. Black politics again. HBCU and funding. Correcting the record. Black geopolitics. BRICS, G20, and the CARICOM summit. No criticism of the Manosphere in that. What are you talking about? More micromobility. This is 2 months. Micromobility Talk again. Right to repair, market outlook. No criticism of the Black Manosphere again. Romney's exit from the Republican Party. No criticism of the Black Manosphere again. What are you talking about? The business of college football. No criticism of the Black Manosphere. Space and tech, Black community solar projects and smart cities and blockchain. No criticism of the Manosphere then. What are you talking about? Black economic talk, Black men, Black boys, and Black business. We featured all age demographics of Black men and Black boys in business. I'm going to keep going. Black healthcare talk, the impact of healthcare disparities in the Black community. We're not talking about the Black Manosphere. We actually talked about the Black community. Okay? Black Tech Talk, quarterly discussion. We used that time to touch base with other brothers getting into tech and what are they doing for the quarter? What are they working on? Okay. Micromobility talk, state of micromobility. Featuring Black men. How far back do you want us to go? This is 3 months. So if you say that we're always criticizing the Manosphere, where the fuck is the evidence? And how the fuck do y'all niggas sit up here and co-sign this nigga on these panels? And why the fuck are y'all subscribed to us? What are we talking about here? Y'all sit up there and let niggas lie on us and don't defend us. We've been defending ourselves since 2017. That's why we even have a channel. We've been under attack since 2017. No one has come to the Black Brain Trust's defense. It's always us that has to, take on the load of all of these sort of allegations and attacks. And yet everybody wants to pretend like, oh, y'all always dumping on the Manosphere. I just did a whole didactic breakdown of all the content that we've done. Where are these allegations coming from? Where's all this coming from? Oh, here we got somebody in the chat room. Compassionate and callous. Let's be honest, bro. You guys have expressed frustration in the past about the space's priorities. So what? So what? You're gonna ignore all the content that we've done based on a couple of critiques? Really? Really? Is that what we're doing now? So what you want us to do is not have anything to say about the fuckery that's going on in the space. You just heard 3 separate panels of these guys saying all these things about us, and the only thing you can come back with is, well, you guys have to, have complained about, had your frustrations about the space. Really? Nothing to say about what they're saying, but you got a whole lot to say about what we're saying. Cut it out, man. Let's keep going through it. Black healthcare talk, the impact of inequality in the Black community. Discuss the best interests of the Black community with medical professionals, Dr. Phoenix and Shonda H. Black cultural intelligence. Ryle did a whole didactic breakdown of Booker T. Washington. No criticism of the Black Manosphere. What are you talking about? It's a historic breakdown. Biden, Romney, and the economy. We've already done all this about what our thoughts are about Biden and the Democratic Party. What are you talking about? Black economics, Black startups, and raising capital. Nothing to say about the Black Manosphere. Okay. In fact, we featured Black men in the discussion. What are you talking about? Black men in robotics, HBCU military research. We featured Black men again. In fact, this whole entire year has been a campaign about featuring Black men in positive roles. But we're being, accused of dumping on the manosphere. Where are we dumping on? Black economics again. Who's really stopping reparations? Black cultural intelligence again. Cultural impact of Booker T. Washington. Going back 4 months. Let's talk about access to capital. Black economics again. Space and technology. Black boys, Black men. Black representation in tech. Black tech talk again. The entry-level dilemma for Black IT professionals. Space and technology again. Black incubator and innovation in Africa. That features Black men. Esports. Where's the critique of the Black Manosphere in esports? What are you talking about? Okay. In fact, we were attacked in this addendum right here. You can see the screenshot. Okay. Here it is right here. Let me blow it up for you. Come from Ray Alexander. Rael, the Black Brain Trust has been a great disappointment, started by a high school dropout and a person with a 1 semester of college. Gabe has a BS in electrical engineering plus an MS in cybersecurity. Okay. That's what was said about us. Sorry about that. Let me finish this. Space and technology, Black boys in STEM and hip hop engineering. Where's the criticism of the Black Manosphere in this? Black cultural intelligence again, cultural impact of Booker T. Washington. Black economics, it's not us, it's the system. Well, I'm sorry. Where's your evidence? Where's the evidence to support that esports was dumping on the Black Manosphere? The Sapio's Guide to the Galaxy, understanding our place in the universe. Black men in engineering, African micromobility. What are we talking about here? Black men in STEM and the other minority and Africans in tech. Again, featuring more black men, more black boys. What are you talking about? I'm sorry, I have a touch screen, so I'm actually touching the screen and pinching and zooming, and it's sending me all over the place. So let me stop doing that. Okay. Black male excellence in STEM, micromobility, and NASA space pharmacy. This is 7 months now. Oh, look at this again. Space and technology, black equity and inclusion in robotics, autonomous trucking is coming. Feature more black men. What about space and technology here? Infrastructure for AI, black micromobility, and black boys in tech. Oh, I'm sorry, we're dumping on who? Who are we dumping on again? African AI hub and black boys in code. Now, let's pull up, that's 7 months, right? So that goes back to the first of the year. We gave an analysis on Michael Steele. We didn't dump on him, did we? African mobility startups and black boys in tech, black farmers in digital trucking, black in tech, network admin versus sysadmin. Come on, man, stop playing games with me. Stop playing games with me. Black tech layoff. African man designs car, featuring some African, I forget his name right now, but a Ghanaian who designed his own car from scraps, showing the innovation of black men. What are we talking about here? Joshua V from Spark Charge, $100 million startup started by a black millennial. What are we talking about here? Black cultural intelligence, fake Afrofuturism, complex design. Where's complex design dumping on the and Rael dumping on the Manosphere? Where? Now, let's go to AB Media's channel. Let's pull up the content. Because there's this litmus test for why don't you act more like the Manosphere? Why don't you act more like the Manosphere? Unbelievable. Here we go right here. This is what's considered to be Manosphere. YouTube shorts and TikTok videos. Okay, I'm not even going to go into all of this, man. I'm not even going to go into all this right here. Let me get off of this real quick. Now, let me get to this comment in the chat room. Compassionate and callous, right? You're kind of playing the victim as if there's some sort of conspiracy against TBT. LOL, you're highly critical of what you deem as fuckery in the space, which two of you is anything non-tech politics. Reading hour-long stream titles doesn't prove y'all don't be throwing slick shots at the space, bro. Come on, nah. Now, he's going to ignore all the content that we've done in order to highlight a punchline or some form of dry sarcasm, right? So the litmus test to be manosphere is you have to agree with everything that's being said, including what just came out of these guys' mouths. So all the content that we have proven that affirms Black men, provides information, provides substance, is ignored because of what they consider to be critique of the manosphere. Which means that in order to be manosphere, you have to be more like them. Because when you go to their channels and you look at their content, where's the substance in it? Because I just provided all the substance to you. We feature Black boys, we feature Black men on a weekly basis. We have discussions with Black men on a weekly basis. We provided resources for Black men economically and politically. And we do historic breakdowns as well. Ryle was gracious enough to, do a breakdown of Booker T. Washington, one of the most prominent Black men of the 20th century. So what are we talking about here? So you're going to say, oh, y'all be doing these slick disses, and you're saying that the slick diss has more weight than the content that's being produced. But you have no problem going over to Short Bus Saturdays with them niggas over there. You have no problem going to a beef channel called The Master Teacher Responds, but you got a problem with what we doing over here. Even though I just did a breakdown of at least 85 to 90 videos that we've just done. But you want to pretend that the value in the content has been minimized because of critique of activity in the space, which means that you're either not paying attention to the content or you don't value this, you don't value the content that's there. And we're told that we should rebrand ourselves and have more female followers when these guys talk about females all day. Everything's about a female, whether it's white or Black. And these niggas be on every female's panel, whether it's the breakdown or Toya the Tutor. Them niggas run right up there and jump right on their panels. Who's the real fucking gynocrats in this space? Who the fuck are y'all talking to? Listen, man, stop playing games with me, man. Keep my name out your mouth. Keep the Black Brain Trust name out your mouth. Keep Complex Designs name out your mouth. Keep MOT's name out your mouth. Stop talking about us as if, y'all got a legitimate grievance with us. Because this didn't just start. This has been going on for a while. So it has nothing to do with, whoa, y'all niggas just be dumping on the space. No, they was attacking us in 2017 and 2018 too. That's why we even have a channel. So don't pretend like, oh, y'all do, that's all y'all do. No, it's not true. When the masculine mercenaries were attacking us, no one said anything. Stop playing games with us, man. Stop playing games. Complex, you got anything you want to add to this before we close out?
Yeah, man. I just want to put this on the record, dude. Like that shit that he's talking. Look, man, on the record, man, that is some bullshit. Mm-hmm. Nobody stepped to him to do that, dude. That's not what happened. Lying. Matter of fact, it was a dude, Rogish the whatever monger. He tried to instigate some shit because I wholeheartedly disagreed with BGS's position, and I said, man, that's some bullshit, dude. Like whatever. And he was on some like, you wouldn't say that to his face, and I was just like, yeah, sure I would. Why wouldn't I? right? Because it wasn't something to incite some sort of fight or something. I was just like, dude, that's a BS. That's a BS position, dog. I wholeheartedly disagree. And then it turned into you wouldn't say that to his face. And then it became well, I'm 6'1" and this and that. And then I was just like, so the fuck what? Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what that was. I was just on some like, what the fuck ever, dude. I'll say the shit. I don't give a goddamn, but it ain't nothing about no fight. I fucking disagree. I'll tell you to your face I disagree. That's what that was. And so the reason why I wanted to get this out is because it follows up on your point about a lot of like these notions that we're the ones that go around doing A, B, and C and X, Y, and Z, and it's a bunch of fucking bullshit. Because just like what you just did, you went through the goddamn catalog, and then you're just like, where are you? Where is this at? And because this dude, whatever, Callison, whatever, is like, oh yeah, you guys make a joke here and there. So the fuck what?
Because when they make critiques of us, no one says anything. But remember when Kevin Samuel called us snobs?
Well, I know. And so guess what we did? We made a fucking joke out of it.
That's where the dry sarcasm comes in. But see,
it's in the goddamn description. We say we do this type of shit. So get the fuck out of here.
So no one had anything to say about Kevin Samuels when Kevin Samuels came for us.
No.
See, that's what I'm trying to say, Complex. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, this stuff was going on long before we even got to this point. See, people are only hearing what they hear now, but they don't know the history. That's why I enumerated it: Black Manosphere 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. And just like you saw in the clip earlier, Brother Bay, truth be told, wherever his name is, said, "Oh, these guys trying to claim Black Manosphere 3.0." No, we are Black Manosphere 3.0. It's not that we're claiming it. No, we are.
We've established it, dumbass.
We established it.
At the end of the day, it really comes down to the content, what we've done, and we've been critical. There have been critiques about the misinformation that has been spoken in the space, and there's some content creators who are upset about that because they want to put out a lot of misinformation and not be questioned about it.
Yeah,
and that's been part of the problem. So you're arrogant, you're this, you're that. Some others who wanted to come to the Brain Trust and wanted to kind of take over, weren't able to do so, were angry. So it really comes down to what I call just small personal stuff, nigger ritual type of crapola. And you do have, a level of content that a lot of these others that aren't putting out that are totally manosphere, where these people are operating in some respects outside of the manosphere in many ways. So I myself looking at this and saying, this is the true manosphere, really. Those who are misinformation wonks and just talking about females all day long and wasting a lot of time, that's not manosphere. That's not manosphere. So that's really what you're dealing with, and people don't want you they don't want you here because at the end of the day, where they're coming from is totally different than where a real manosphere channel should be coming from.
Let me put this out here. We did this stream 4 years ago. It says celebrating 1 year, episode 181, the emergence of the third wave of the manosphere. We had already established this years ago. This isn't something that we just started last week or the other day. This is something that we had already been working towards. And so this is nothing new. I had enumerated the space because Buddy said that there was nothing here when he got here. And I had to explain that there was a space here before you got here. And now that we provided evidence that there was a space before you got here, now he wants to go through the catalog of those content creators from 15 years ago who he said didn't exist before to try to critique those content creators who were not even here to speak for themselves. This is the disingenuous nature of what we're dealing with here. But people want to pretend like it's the Black Brain Trust doing this. Oh, you guys are playing victim. Oh, really? Are we? Are we really? Because look at this video here. Okay.
And so when we would
Yeah, I just want to say.
Let me finish going through this really quickly. In fact, BGS was on this panel with us. Okay? C Boogie was here with us. Complex Design created a whole entire flowchart, a topology of what he considered to be the Black Brain Trust. We didn't just start doing this yesterday. Y'all say the content is boring, cool, but don't pretend like we didn't actually establish doctrine long ago. You see, we tried to do this on BGS's channel, on his Saturday Night Coliseums, okay? And there was a lot of pushback. There's a lot of pushback in regards to black male organization. They didn't want that. The majority of the people did not want that. They weren't interested in that. And so the Coliseum became this loose space of Negroes who were just having these random conversations that didn't make any sense and didn't provide any substance. And so we decided to create the Black Brain Trust. That's the history in a nutshell. So when you say, why don't you guys rebrand yourself? We did rebrand ourselves to the Black Brain Trust. But you don't like the branding. So what you want us to do is leave the space altogether. When in fact, we are the fucking space. You don't understand that. No. U9. He says, I heard you go through your catalog. You take down some of your videos. I remember seeing streams dedicated to critiquing the space. No, we don't take down our videos unless they are include some kind of unjustified violent discussions. Okay. Those are only videos that get taken down. All the rest of the videos are up. So all the videos that you
video down in God knows when.
So the videos that you hear where you hear like Complex going at it with another person, or Nagone going at it with somebody, or myself going at it with somebody, we take that content down because that's not content of substance. We don't consider that to be a substantive discussion. So the content has to come down because that's not what we want, right? What we're trying to do is provide a clean end-to-end A to B, soup to nuts discussion. That's what we were trying to provide. And so that content did come down because I don't tolerate that. Everybody knows that. Okay. In fact, the video, let me go through it again. This is the last time I'm just going to go through this. I just want to make sure that, because what they're trying to say is that we are gaslighting them. In fact, the critiques that we've had about BGS's content is still here. We didn't take it down. The back and forth that they had with black men being brutally honest is still here. We didn't take it down.
That's what I mean. It's like, dude, like everything is up.
Yeah.
Like there's relatively few live streams that we've taken down. We've left like I would say 97% of everything up.
And again, no. Compassion and callous. Okay, that's what this is about. Y'all don't feel recognized as who y'all feel y'all are in the space. Got it.
Another gaslight.
Yeah, another gaslight. Another gaslight. Because BGS said in that clip, in several clips, why don't they rebrand themselves? But what would we rebrand ourselves to? We already have a branding. Right? So it's not about being recognized. We already have the recognition. The problem is that you all just don't know the history. So what you do is you take his side before you listen to what we have to say, and y'all run with his his misinformation, because that's exactly what he put out there. I played the clip. That's not me making it up. He said that. Those are his words. And then he creates a channel for beef that he blocks us from to talk shit about us that we can't respond to, and then pretend that, oh, you guys just dump on the space. Go ahead.
I was going to say, can you go to the part up there at the top where you can actually look from oldest to new? Because maybe what you should do, Mike, is if you show our oldest videos and then go from there, right? So then maybe from back when we started, you can see, okay, so read the topics for these videos right here. Read the topics.
Yeah. Automation Mondays, Geopolitics Wednesdays, Economic Fridays, Automation Talk number 2, Geopolitics Talk number 2. Yeah, but let me address this in the chat again.
Go ahead.
He says, got it. So you take down your videos. How about MOT's behavior in the space? But that didn't happen on our panels. So how do you expect us to take down videos that doesn't even belong to us? Isn't he a part of the Black Brain Trust? Doesn't he regularly threaten people around the space? Again, more gaslighting.
What? Are you?
He says also. He says also, you all block people as well. If you opened your block list, I bet it would all see it full of people you don't like. Actually, that's not true. We only block the bots. We don't actually block anybody. In fact, BJ still has a wrench over here. So the idea that we just block people that we don't like, that's not true.
What's funny is I'm blocked over, we're blocked over there, but he has a wrench over here. That's funny.
Yeah. So the idea that that's what we do, that's not true. Preem used to troll us all the time. He still has a wrench.
Yeah, I mean, this guy who's in it, he's a Johnny come lately.
Yeah, Taz has been critical of the channel, still comes up on the panel.
Actually, you know what? Taz rocks with us.
Yeah, Taz has been over here. He's never disrespected us.
Taz rocks with us.
Yeah, he's had his critique of the channel in the space, and yet he still comes over here. So what are we talking about here? We didn't block him. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, what I'm saying here is this. A lot of these guys are BGS acolytes. And the thing here is we don't even have beef with BGS. That's not even, because to me, beef is different. Beef is, beef is something that, if I see you at Walmart, going down aisle 9, the blue light special, it's on site. That's not, what we talking about here is not beef. That's not beef. Smoke shows and all that stuff, man, that's YouTube, man. That ain't no real life. If I see old buddy on the block, I'm rocking them. That ain't happening. There's a Manosphere Summit that happened twice already in Atlanta. None of these guys pulled up down there. Okay? If there was really smoke, if there's really beef, you would catch the flight, and that's not happening. Okay? So cut it out and stop trying to pretend like you're really about that life, and you're not. You just don't like the fact that we're questioning the legitimacy of what's being said in the space. That's all. So you can critique the Democratic Party, you could talk about Black women, you can bash all these other people, but somehow you're not allowed to be critiqued. So what we have here is this new anti-sentimentism in the space that says you're not allowed to talk about small hats. That's what Black men in the space have become, small hats. Can't critique me. I can critique you, but you can't critique me. Any last thoughts before we close up out of here?
No, you know what, Mike? I'm good on it. I just needed to clarify for the record with that whole thing with BGS talking about meeting up and fighting. I mean, let's just do it like this. Old man, go sit your ass down.
No, we don't have to do all. We don't have to do all that, man.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I just want to keep it a buck, Mike, because this whole, I'm gonna put a bullet in your, man, shut up. Look, let me tell you something, man. I got a kid to raise.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm being for real. Ain't nobody doing no dumb shit like that, man. Sit your old ass down, man. Shut the fuck up. I'm good, man. You got it.
Yeah. Nagone, do you have anything you want to add?
Yeah. The Brain Trust is the Black Manosphere. I consider much of what calls itself the Black Manosphere, not all of it, because there's some other very legitimate Manosphere channels, but a lot of this other stuff out here is not Manosphere. And I'll just leave it at that.
Let me read the about section, for the people who don't know. Manosphere 3.0 is a social media, socio-political construct wholly curated by the Black Brain Trust. The basis is built on the tenets of technocratic thought and ideals, globalization, domestic politics, technology, economics, health, as well as relatable social commentary, intellectualism, critical thought, problem solving, application, and business modeling are the mechanisms through which concepts are transmitted. Mature, intelligent dialogue is the order of the day, along with a little highbrow humor. Okay? For those who didn't know, now you know.